Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, each being makes a choice for incarnation, for each incarnation, for the myriad of incarnations through time, through space, in dimensions, all to experience one thing and one thing only. And that is to remember what one has chosen to forget. And this may seem like quite the game, a game of riddles. Imagine yourself playing a game of chess with another, and you occupy both seats, and therefore you know what the next move is that is to be made, and you know the planning and the scheming and the strategy that is being applied. That game does not take on the same flavor, does not take on the same richness as when you forget that you are the opponent, when you allow yourself to believe that you do not know this person, you do not know what they think, you do not know what they feel, you do not know what they know. You allow yourself to live in a land of illusions. Within this illusion, beloved, there is one aim, and that is to remember all that you have chosen to forget. Now, how silly does that seem? Quite silly. And yet, we continue to perpetuate this grand matrix of illusion. So the question becomes, beloved, at what point do you wish to awaken from the illusion, or do you wish just one more game, just one more opportunity to take up the side of light or to take up the side of darkness? Isn't it quite interesting, beloved, that in a chess game, you have light versus dark? You have the masculine represented by the king, you have the feminine represented by the queen, who holds the power of being able to move wherever she wants, whenever she wants. So for those of you who have thought that the feminine has been weakened, please understand that this is further part of the game. And yet it has been structured that when the king is captured, the game is over. So beloveds, what are you being asked to do is to recognize the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And then you have the supporting players. You have the pawns. Have you ever taken on the position, beloved, of being a pawn? Of feeling powerless, of feeling like you are forging ahead into battle on behalf of the king and the queen, when you would rather be tending to your garden, when you would rather be off on adventures, sailing around the world, sailing around the universe. And then, of course, you have all the supporting players. Of course, the religious aspect is brought in through the bishop. You have the valiant knight. You have the beloved castle. Understand, beloved, that the game of chess is an allegory to life. Study the pieces. Study the movies that have been made. Study the strategy that's behind all of it, and you will come to understand the construct of the ego, for the ego is represented in a simple game of chess. So you must ask yourself, I have decided to engage in this struggle of life. There are things that I fear, there are things that I judge, there are things that I criticize. But yet, beloveds, what is it that you truly allow yourselves to love? What is it that you truly allow yourselves to say, this brings me joy more than any other thing? Are you one of the pawns who must get up every day and go to work and continue to met out this existence when you are miserable doing what you are doing? Or have you allowed yourself the freedom of saying, I will do what it is that the Holy Spirit has designed for me to do, to be the greatest expression of self, for I chose to come here of my own volition. There are no victims in this dynamic, beloveds. Why did I choose to come here? This is a brilliant inquiry that you may make within, beloveds. And if you have not allowed yourself the remembrance of being able to access your own guidance and divinity, there are many who will assist you in finding out how you may track this information down. And allow yourselves to remember, for it is the remembering, it is in the claiming and the knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt, the confidence that comes from being willing to release the fear, that you step back into what it is to be as you were created, which is the purest expression of love that the universe has ever seen. The light that fills the sky, as does the sun and the stars. You are an eternal being, pretending that you live inside of a tiny little body, like a speck. Oh, beloveds, your greatness and your worthiness and your godliness is what dreams are made of. Allow yourselves to dream once again, beloved, what it is that you always wanted to do. Remember when you allowed yourself to be young and innocent before the world came in and said, you must not think this, you must not feel that, you must believe this, you cannot talk directly to God, you must have a job, you must have a pension, you must have retirement, because the universe certainly will not provide for you. You must have stores and stores and stores of food because nature will not provide for you. Beloveds, what was it when you were young and you played endlessly and you needed to be called home, when you felt that you could play forever? What was it that brought you joy? Was it making mud pies? Was it stomping in the rain? Was it swimming in a river? Was it swinging on a swing? What brought you joy, beloveds? Find your way back to your joy. Find your way back to your truth and bring that joy and that truth. Be that joyful noise for all. Go on your adventures by yourself or with others. But celebrate your lives, beloveds. That is what you are meant to do. Where you truly are, you are in celebration. You have allowed yourself to pierce your confidence down to one single pinpoint of what you think is this existence, and to say, this is the body that I have been given. This is the body that you have chosen. This is the body that you have designed so that you could play. You are meant to play, beloveds. So play indeed. And when you need assistance, you call to us, call upon us, and we rush to your side, whispering ideas, mad ideas, inviting you to come and play. Our blessings are with you always, beloved ones. Allow yourselves to awaken, allow yourselves to remember, and indeed study the game of chess and see how it truly mirrors this human existence. Greeting and salutations to you, precious and beloved beings. And indeed, we will speak with you again.